Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the third day of the GLOBE program regional meeting for Europe and Eurasia GLOBE program community. I'm delighted to see so many people joining the session, the teachers, students, scientists, coordinators, and other GLOBE friends that we have all around the world. Yesterday, we saw wonderful presentations and videos, and we heard so many encouraging and inspiring remarks during the discussions. And I believe that it will be the same today, the same enjoyable experience that we will have. And as you can see on the screen right now, we have two main sessions. We have Growing Up with GLOBE session ahead, and then we have GLOBE is platform for collaboration session. Growing Up with GLOBE session will be a little bit longer, so we have break in as a part of that session. So we will have break, just that it will be right in that session. And if you want to see some more details on the agenda, which means what schools are presenting with what topics today, you can always go to the event website, to our regional meeting website, where we have detailed agenda, where all the presenters are listed one by name and the school and country, so you can check it. I will perhaps ask Dana if she can then put the link to the chat later.
Yeah, I will put when I put down the agenda. Yeah, so.
And the first session of today's, the Growing Up with GLOBE session, that's something that perhaps you can tell us the best. How is it to grow with GLOBE? Because you are the part of the program. And let's hear directly from you, from students and teachers. And you are from diverse countries. You are the kids or teachers from kindergartens. And we also have some teachers and students from high schools. So we have all the age groups, all the age ranges today. And that will be also the concept of our session. The session Growing Up with GLOBE will have three parts according to the age groups. So the first part will be GLOBE for the smallest kids. The second part will be GLOBE for 11 to 15 years old. And the part 3 will be GLOBE for 15 to 19 years old, or let's say from 15 till the adult ones. We will also have GLOBE alumni with us who are already the grown up with GLOBE. So let's also hear something from them. But back to how it will be organized. In each part, we will have a couple of presentations or videos. And after that, we will have discussion. To each part, there will be a common discussion. So there will not be like discussions after each presentations, but always after the block of presentations. And during the presentations, please feel free to react in the chat. You can even post the questions to the speakers to the chat. You can use the reactions tab that you have on your Zoom control panel. You can put some smileys or any reactions that you want. So that we can see it on the screen. And to the chat, any question or any remark, any feedback you want to give to the students and teachers who present, please do so. And break, yes, I already talked about that. We will have also break between the part 2 and part 3. And if everybody is ready, and if everything is clear right now, I can see many faces who are very enthusiastic, I think, about what will happen now. We can start with the first video. Lenka, may I ask you?
Villano, and I'm called Grandma Globe because my family likes to discover things outside about the world around us. I've been noticing since school started that when I go outside, it's starting to change. There's things all around us outside that are changing, and I think we should go out and explore it. You could go out, or friends, to look and see what is outside of your house. Now, I'm going to send Izzy and Simone out, and I'm sending you too. Go on outside and turn yourself around slowly. And with your eyes, I want you to notice if you see any changes. With your nose, take deep breaths and see if you smell things that are different than a couple of weeks ago. And be quiet and listen with your ears to see if you can hear anything outside when you go exploring. So, right now, pause that video and let's go outside. Around, I noticed something is happening to the trees. What did you see, Simone?
The trees were turning yellow.
Some trees are turning yellow. Izzy, what did you notice?
I noticed that leaves are falling.
Look at your deck.
Yeah.
What else? Let's look over this way. Are there any other things you notice in the trees?
Look it. Some of the branches don't have leaves anymore.
Whoa, some of the branches have already lost their leaves. Did you go outside and turn yourself around using your 5 senses to look at the changes in the trees outside your house like Izzy and Simone? In the first activity, we are going to record our observations and write a wonder question. In this first box, with the hand lens, you're going to draw or write about something you saw outside. And you're going to focus on the leaves of the trees. So Simone noticed that they're turning colors. So she might draw a picture or write change colors. And the next box, you got to put your thinking cap on and put a wonder question. Like maybe you wonder why leaves turn colors. Why do the leaves fall? Why does it get colder in certain parts of the year and the leaves change? Write your wonder question right there. And then share it with a partner or an adult. Or make a recording.
What a view. We could see a globe grandma, Chris Villano, and grandchildren Izzy and Simone. And this video is a part of a larger series, which is called Globe Grandma, and which was created or produced by the team around the University of Alaska Fairbanks in the United States within the Arctic and Earth Science Project. And you can see more episodes with Globe Grandma and the kids on different topics, not only leaves, but also snow and other phenomena that we could see changing all around us during the year. And it's on YouTube. There are many more episodes, and feel free to check it later on. And now we have some schools and teachers who are here with us right now, and they are ready to start the presentations. And I will just remind that we have, each of you have 5 minutes to deliver your presentation. And I'm reminding to the audience that please post the reactions to the chat or any questions to the chat. And discussion will follow after the whole block of presentations. And now I am looking for Ivana and Vesna from Croatia.
Hello, can you
have them? Yes.
Ivana is not really here now, so I will present. She will be join us later.
Okay, Vesna. So I will just say that Vesna Lampić is from Osnovna škola Ivana Filipovića.
It's wrong spelled that I'm from kindergarten Potočnica,
Okay.
and Ivana is from primary school, so we made a project together.
Okay, fine. So if you can start,
Okay.
we can see it. It's okay.
Yes. Last year at this time, at the Eurasia Globe meeting, I saw a wonderful presentation of Globe teacher Ivana Frančić. And I thought, wow, what interesting ideas. It would be great to collaborate once. And half a year later, we met at an online education for sustainable development in Croatia, and we got a task to make joint project. Ivana and I soon realized that we have the same problems and questions regarding the GLOBE program. Ivana is primary school teacher, and I'm a kindergarten teacher, and we were curious. And our questions were, what does the elementary GLOBE look like in your country? What resources could be used in the implementation of the elementary GLOBE? And are there kindergartens and elementary schools to collaborate with? And we are still curious. So we made a project called GLOBE Program Elementary K-4 that could help us and other GLOBE teachers who might have similar questions. The main idea is to expand the network of GLOBE teachers in schools and kindergartens. And our project is about. It is an archive of resources useful for the implementation of elementary GLOBE. It is a network of GLOBE schools and kindergartens that implement GLOBE activities. And it's a GLOBE learning program, learning community by collaboration and peer mentor opportunities for all the participants in the educational system. The project is designed by 3 platforms: web page, Wakelet profile, and the Facebook group. We use Facebook for communication and announcements. You can join us. The web page, on the web page, there is the main information about the project, the countries and or some resources, and the informations like the members of supporting project development team. I want to thank them, all of those people with the different backgrounds and competences for helping us with the dissemination and the project quality. The Wakelet, you can enter here. Wakelet is an application that we use as a platform for collaboration and serves as an archive of resources useful for the implementation of elementary GLOBE activities through individual collections. These are collections. The resources that we collected, we divided by Earth sphere by separate collection. For example, you can enter the atmosphere. And these are collections inside every collection, storybooks, atmosphere, some links, so you can do the research. When you go to main page profile, you have lots of information, resources about, I don't know, we have useful page for follow-up activities. So you can do also research. And the collections of kindergartens and schools are listed by country. Every country gets its own collection inside. I will show you Croatia. And the other collection of schools and kindergartens that have joined. Due to the different educational system in every country, each country briefly describes the educational system and embeds some information about the country. every country can edit their collections. And we also added some touristic promotional videos so that we know about each other, where we come from. In Croatia, kindergartens and elementary schools are divided. So every school and kindergarten gets its own collection. It looks like here. This is every one kindergarten second. This is my kindergarten, for example. Collection could contain photos or activities or websites or other information where we can publish our GLOBE activities. So we can all fill the database, and with time, we will get a picture of what activities we can do and what activities are interesting to children of specific age. So we created a joint platform, and the schools or kindergartens are adding items for themselves. Up to now, we have 4 different countries and 5 kindergartens and 4 schools that have joined the database of the project. The other opportunity is connecting inexperienced GLOBE teachers as mentors with inexperienced teachers with experience by peer-mentor relationship to share their support. So that's how we are building the bridges across the globe. So will you join us so we can build the bridges together?
Thank you, Vesna.
Be free to contact us for collaboration.
Thank you for this very inviting invitation to be part of your project and of the network of the kindergarten globe or elementary globe. And I'm sure that there will be some people who will contact you and who will make your network broader so that you can exchange the good practice because it's a really wonderful collection that you are starting. And
yes, I wanted to say that everybody is doing their part and everybody is sharing their experience into those collections. So and those supporting development team is we are collaborating with each of them. So we hope that we will have a larger network in time. Yes, and I think it would work. Yes.
So thank you once again for opening this topic and this collaboration, and we will have then more time for discussion. So if you want to ask some questions to Vesna and to what she was presenting, use the chat now, and later on we can talk about it as well. And now I would welcome the second presentation, which is from Israel. And I'm not sure if we have Mirit.
Yeah, we should have.
Mirit from Haifa, yes.
Okay.
So
I'll share my screen. Good afternoon.
perfect.
Okay, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. And thank you for inviting me to present our GLOBE program project in the school Romema-Nigunim Haifa, Israel, with the students of 4th grade. At first, we started distance learning since the corona lockdown here in Israel, and the students learned how clouds form, and they learned the importance of collecting clouds data, and they learned about different types of clouds, stratus, cumulus, and cirrus, and all the in between concerning the height of the clouds. And they practice types of clouds by creating work, as you can see here, some examples of their creative work. And we created a Padlet board so the students could upload their clouds photos, so they can make a comparison between winter and spring. They split into groups and learn to use the Globe Observer application. In this time, they were in school, and all the observations were made at the same spot in their schoolyard. They uploaded data to the Globe website, and they summarized all their clouds observations. They made a comparison between the images that obtained from the satellite at the same time the photos that took from the ground. Here you can see example of photos that were shot in winter. Here you can see an example of the photos from the satellite and the photos they took from the ground in the spring. And they continue to study in groups in the classroom. And they continue to analyze the differences between winter and spring photos. They made two comparisons. One was between the images that obtained from the satellite and the photos they took from ground and uploaded to the Globe website. And they made another comparison between the winter and spring photos. So their conclusions were at first comparison between satellite images and the students' observation. There are similarities between the types of the clouds, but not the color of the clouds. And the other comparison of cloud observation between winter and spring, they had two conclusions. The first one was that in winter, the sky was dark blue, and in spring, light blue. And the second one was that in winter, clouds type were stratus, cumulus, and nimbus, while in spring, the type of the clouds was mostly cirrus. They also have some suggestions for further research to investigate clouds all year round and to investigate long time effect. So that's what they are going to do this year while they are in fifth grade this year. The children share their experience from the participating in the Globe Cloud project, and they mentioned that they like to learn about different kind of clouds and how to use the application and to use their smartphone and to overcome troubleshoot and to study in different groups and teams. And what they liked the most, it was the outside learning. The outdoor learning was the experience that they mentioned a lot. And I want to thank the students from number 1 and fourth grade number 2. Made an excellent job, and I would like to thank you for your listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mirit. It was a wonderful example how the topic, as beautiful as clouds are, can attract the students' attention and how they can use it in their learning in many ways. So thank you for that. And again, if you have some questions for Mirit, the chat is there. You can put it to the chat and you can use the reactions also to give her some nice words of appreciation. And we will come to your presentation in the discussion afterwards. And now we have another presentation, this time from Malta. We have Josephine with us. Yes. So the floor is yours. Rabat Primary School, Gozo, Malta.
Let me share my screen. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes.
Let me first introduce myself. My name is Josephine Jessie Mercieca. I'm a Globe teacher at the Gozo College, Rabat Primary School in Malta. This project took Maltese and Israeli students on an adventure in new knowledge. Our aim was to teach students how significant it is for humans and animals to live in harmony together. This is our second collaboration with Israel, and after this successful project, our students expressed their interest in doing more with Israel. This slide briefly explains the project with the Israeli students and our students in Malta. Our aim was to teach students how significant our soil is and how critical the rubble walls in Malta help keep the soil in place. As you can see, because of the COVID pandemic, we involved their parents and held sessions online. Miss Ramona was instrumental in the success of this project. She gave instructions to all. Here are the tasks that students and their parents needed to do for our project. They learned how to handle, collect, and weigh items they would never use or disregard in this day and age, such as soil. As you will note, these are the materials and tools they used. Some of these were packaged before and given to the students by the teachers, and other items can be found in their respective homes. Items such as a scale or a heating lamp are instruments that were never used by our students, which they successfully operated. This is a data sheet which aided the students and parents to write down their findings. It is a simplified data sheet that Ms. Ramona had prepared. This shows you the work carried out by our students in Malta and Israel. Through this collaboration, they were exposed to technology and online tools, such as the Padlet, to share and compare their findings with their partners. On the Padlet, you will see more of their works. Our students were interested to see the differences in different countries. It gave students a perspective of each other, even though we are from different cultures. Our Maltese students wanted to take the project a step further and inform Israeli students of our heritage, which consisted of the rubble wall. An interesting fact, our students did not know about the rubble walls, and in fact, they learned that kicking a stone can cause the rubble walls to fall. The rubble walls are very important to the Maltese Islands because our country is mostly hilly, and without these rubble walls, we would not have soil to investigate. The rubble walls are also important for plant life, which in this picture you can see the plant life growth. An example is the caper plant, which is used in Maltese food dishes. That's the one on top. The rubble walls are also the main habitat and protection of small animals such as snails and lizards, to name a few. Malta has a problem with the amount of rainfall and the maintenance of these rubble walls. In Malta, when it rains in heavy showers and actually disintegrates, washes away the rubble walls. Malta has taken to rebuilding these rubble walls. Our students discovered that it takes skill to know how to rebuild them the way they were, and there is pride in knowing this method. This was an interesting project for our students.
Josephine?
You're muted.
Yeah.
Last slide.
Just
All right,
last.
here we go. I'm going to start from the beginning of the slide. This is an interesting project for our students. It exposed them to science and understanding of what is important in our heritage. I would like to thank you as the Globe family for allowing me to present this presentation, and a special thank you to Ms. Ramona Mercieca, who is the Globe Deputy Coordinator, for her guidance and constant help in all Globe projects. Also, I would like to thank our Israeli counterparts for their continuing collaboration and look forward to another project with them. My students and myself look forward to continuing more Globe projects in the future. And finally, our students would like, when I say our students, I mean both Israel and Malta, have learned that if we don't become one with nature, humanity would not survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you for the wonderful message and for the presentation of a beautiful project that shows us how the investigation of the soil can be connected with something that you can see every day, the rubble walls in Malta, and how it can be connected to the topic of erosion as well, and that even the small kids can be part of that. Thank you so much, and we may come back to what you said in the discussion later on. And now we are going from Malta up north to Ireland. And I'm sure we still have here the class of Dunboyne Senior Primary School. Do we have Caitríona? Yes, are you allowed? Can we hear
Yes,
you?
yes.
Hello.
Yes, so
We have some of our students here who are going to speak to you a little bit about our project, and then I think you have our video to.
okay, so do you want to make an introduction and then we will screen the video?
Now, Emer, yeah.
So I'm Emer. This is Shauna, Noah, Jacob, Emma, and Diarmid. And we're in Mr. Kyo's 5th class in Dunboyne Senior Primary School. And we did this project starting in 4th class and with Miss Wall. And we went through and looked with a scientist through the microscope to look for microplastics. Quentin Crowley came to our school from Trinity College, and we went all into the garden and we were looking at the different microplastics, and all of us got to look through a telescope to look at all the different microplastics and
we found in our rivers.
We took the samples.
we took the samples from
The local river.
the local river beside a cow park, a castle view, and beside our local super value grocery store. And possibly if we don't get rid of microplastics, that it could go into plants and the fish and eventually humans.
Not good for your future.
Not good for our future. Thank you for letting us introduce ourselves. Yeah, we hope you enjoy the video.
Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful introduction for your video. And we will see the video now. Wow, so that was a glimpse of Ireland. Thank you for sharing that video with us. And I'm opening the discussion to those 4 presentations that we had. So I'm just reminding, we had Vesna with the kindergarten collaboration that you can join. Then we had Mirit talking about the 4th graders observing clouds. We had Josephine and their soil investigations and rubble walls from Malta. And now we had water quality and microplastics from Ireland. So any questions to any of the people who presented? Any reactions? Or you can even add your own comment to what we should have in mind when we are working with the kids who are from kindergarten to, let's say, 10 years old, the youngest Globers. So are there any reactions? Someone wants to speak? You can raise the hand if you want to speak, or you can post the question to the chat. There is some question from Ireland. Yes, you can unmute the microphone.
We just wanted to say that we really enjoyed making video and learning about the microplastics, and it was a lot of fun. We could do another project working on the local farms and the pollution and gardening.
Yeah, and I want to send our thank you on behalf of the Globe from Massachusetts. So we are here in Boston, Massachusetts, really applauding your great work and sending our warm greetings and from our hearts to your hearts. So great students work and great teachers, and so fantastic that you collaborated with Trinity College. So overall is a really great job and a wonderful presentation. So thank you from all of us here in Boston, Massachusetts. Over to you.
Thank you for the reactions. And I think we have a question in the chat.
Yeah, we have a question from Peter Falcon to the Irish students. Did you expect to find microplastics? And did that surprise you to find some? So can you answer?
And maybe farms.
Sure.
Yeah,
we thought we would find some microplastics, and we with the scientists, and we thought we were a bit surprised, and it was interesting to have a look at them.
I suppose we were surprised to find in the small samples that we took that we did actually find some microplastics. So they were very small samples.
And I suppose we were just looking as well at, I thought it was very interesting to do it with the children, and you'd love to go forward with it and to say, well, look at our local environment, look at the traffic, you know, the pollution from the tires, maybe from the local farms. And it was just very interesting for them to be, you know, hands-on and involved. And we all really enjoyed it and would love to keep going with it. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you for elaborating on that. Yes, Tony.
I have a question. So I was trying to send it in the chat, but it won't go for some reason. So I wonder if the students learned about the behaviors what behaviors they learned about to encourage people around the microplastics and not to, you know, have them go into the environment. What were the practices, or did they look at those of changing behavior for people?
Well, yes, we did, and we kind of, I'd say most of us realized a bit more that we have to take care of our community a bit more and to be careful on where the plastics go.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to use so much.
Try not to use so much, and try.
Okay. Thank you.
Talking about the future, aren't we? I suppose we were just saying to the children too that, you know, it was particularly for their future that we were, you know, this was so important for them,
Right.
got bigger and their families, and you know how important it was. Yeah, great project for them. And I suppose the fact that that Quentin came from Trinity College and let them all were hands-on was
Right.
from Globe was just a really good experience for them. You know,
Great.
interest.
Thank you. Thank you for the reactions. Yeah, the word hands-on, I think, is the key word for any age group, but especially you know, for the small kids, this is something we need to have in mind. I can see that Josephine is agreeing. And I think that those who never explore the Globe elementary storybooks, I think you should do that. It's the package or the module that Globe has for the youngest kids, based on the nice stories of small kids who are exploring soil or water or clouds, and you can download those from the Globe website. So if you never heard about those, you please go to the Globe website and there find it. We will post a link to the chat later on. And as you could see, that there are many topics that you can work with. And if you want to share your experience that you have with the kids of this young age, I think Vesna would be very happy to hear about that. And yeah, let's keep in touch and let's try to motivate the youngest, because they are the future generation, right? And now I think we can progress to the part 2, to the slightly older students. And let's hear from, now I lost it, from Slovakia. Perfect. I think we can already hear them. So
hello. Can we share our presentation? Okay,
yes.
Thanks.
So this is Slovakia and the students from Plavecký štvrtok Elementary School.
So, hello to all. My name is Slavo, and I would like to introduce our school, our students, and our first year project, what we have done with our learning in nature. So I would like to ask our student Pauli. Okay, come on, Pauli. We would like to introduce our students. They are not really experts in English. They are started, so please be honest and accept us. So something about us.
Hello, my name is Pauli. We all are from Slovakia, what is in the middle of Europe, and our capital city is Bratislava.
Hello, my name is Denis. Slovakia has many nature parks, beautiful nature, lakes, rivers, caves, bears, wolves, deer, foxes, and eagle live here.
So
we have many beautiful castles.
Thank you, Denis. So as you can see, our Slovakia is a very beautiful country with beautiful nature, and this is our town. So,
hello, my name is Peter, and this is our new school in Plavecký štvrtok. This is a small village. You can see, you can find here beautiful nature and places for relaxing. Hello, my name is Alice, and we learning in nature, and we find a name of tree and plants.
So, thank you very much. And our phenology beginnings started in this year, in March 2021. So we are at the beginning, and we started to learn all about history, etymology, and theory. And then we turned to projects in nature, of course. And we would like to introduce them. So learning in nature, we try to find the names of the trees and find the names of the plants, of course, with our students. Okay, then we of course found all what we wanted, so we learn how to look like all the leaves, all the names of the trees and all the names of the plants. And then learning in nature, that's what they like, let's say, most. And they try to learn how to seed and how to plant, of course. But what they liked the most was the planting trees. That's a great idea of us, and our kids really like this this activity. As you can see, of course, we watch and monitor all phenology phases, but we just have 2 phenology phases. Now we start a new one. Autumn time is here, so we started to do this, and afterwards we turn to winter. Our nature in Palestine is very beautiful, but sometimes we have to help to our nature to be beautiful, and this is our also activity.
Hello, my name is Linda. Within the project, we went to protest
landscape area, protected landscape area.
To clean it.
So we have to clean it, but as you see,
we had a lot of work. Our bags were full because people are very
irresponsible. Yeah. Even beautiful nature in Zahore, even beautiful nature in Slovakia, we have to know that some people are irresponsible, so they do what they do, and now the kids had to do this, so clean up all protected landscape area. So it was great job during, especially during Earth Day. We've done it and clean it. So sometimes our kids have to care our nature. Okay. So next work is birch and watching all the trees and phenology phases of the trees. So first of all those things are very close to our school. So you don't need to go further. It was in our school area. So we watched birch, then of course spruce and pine. Okay.
Then we watched spruce and pine, and then European linden.
Yes, European linden is also very very popular tree in Slovakia. So, and also it is in other areas, school areas, so we can watch it and monitor it. Okay, this is a special slide and special. This is special slide and special activity what we have done. So Vicky will tell us.
From our school who moved to Canada. My teacher will tell you more.
Okay, thank you, Vicky. As you will see, they are beginners, as I said before. So I'm pretty honest that they have possibility to be here with us. Okay, so those two guys are from our school. They moved to Canada for studying, and they get a few cones from pine and try to plant it in Canada. And the same thing will be done here in Slovakia. So Canadian pines will come to Slovakia, and we try to, of course, seed it, but we will see what will happen after that transcontinental phytopathological pine experiment. So that is our first year in Globe. Especially a few months, I said that we started about March 2021. So that's what we have done. And of course, we appreciate that we are taking up another project, another watching and research. And thank you very much for your attention from Plavecký čtvrtok and our kids. Thank you very much for your attention.
With pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Slavomir, and thanks to all the students, the brave students, the first year in Globe, and so much of work that you have done. And it seems that you really enjoy that. So yes. Thank you. And you please stay with us. Perhaps there will be some questions or some reactions in the chat to some more reactions. And good luck in your next explorations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And now I would welcome another presentation. We go back to Malta and we have Ramona, the Globe coordinating team, and her presentation.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Greetings from Gozo, Malta, and thank you for this opportunity to share with you another presentation from Globe Malta. In fact, I will be talking and I will be sharing with you another collaboration we had with Israel. We have a very strong friendship with Israel, and this year, in fact, last year, we had two separate projects running. Ms. Jessie already explained how they investigated soil, and I will be sharing with you how, through Globe program, the students also improved their technological skills, their IT skills through Globe, through the scientific discovery. In fact, unfortunately, due to COVID, we were not allowed to take students out of the classroom, but this did not stop us from doing Globe. In fact, we decided to focus on clouds because this is something that students could do from home with the help also of their parents. So yes, we learned beyond the classroom through the collaboration with Israel. And this project took us on a journey where not only we improved our technological skills, but as you will see later on, we had the opportunity to have a Q&A session with a local scientist. So basically, this project brought together biology, science lessons geography lessons, English lessons, and ICT lessons. And of course, the use of the Globe Observer app. What we did is first we involved the English teachers, and they carried out their English lessons focusing on the theme of clouds. They had comprehension text, poems on the theme of clouds. So the students started gaining exposure to keywords related to clouds. Then, of course, during the geography lessons, they learned about the cloud formation. And then we added also science and art and culture together, where students were invited to take photos or draw paintings about clouds, about the view they could see from their classroom or from the window at home, and label all that they could see in the photo or in their painting, like the sky, clouds, the sea, fields, in Maltese, English, and Hebrew. So it brought the culture together. Then, on a particular day, we decided to carry out this activity together. The students from Israel and the students from Malta. In fact, we invited also the general public because we posted this event on Globe Malta Facebook page, where we invited students to go up on the roof or go out and in the balcony and take a photo and upload it on the Padlet. We gave them an hour time frame to carry out this activity, so we could learn how the sky looked in Israel, in Malta, and Gozo. Because, as I said, it was also open to the general public, also from Malta and Gozo. It was not just open for the students who were directly involved in the project. And it was really engaging to see all these photos coming up on Padlet with the time, the location where they are taking the photos, and the different cloud and sky conditions. We also organized a video conference where the students met virtually, they introduced themselves, they also prepared a short presentation about the countries and the city where their school is located, and this also helped them improve their speaking skills. Remember, it was something we linked with the English lessons. And last but not least, through the geography lessons, we also introduced technology by asking students to plan a journey using Google Maps. Imagine they had to travel to Israel, so they had to plan a journey visiting the school we were collaborating with using Google Maps. I have the video, it's quite short, maybe I can share it. Yes. As you have seen, this collaboration exposed the students also to learn basic skills on how to plan a journey. And living in Gozo, they have to first catch the ferry and then go a long way to the airport and then fly straight to Israel. All right. Okay. Yes. Besides that, technology was also used outside the classroom through the Globe Observer app, and the students love using this app, and now they are very familiar with it. They take the sky conditions observations and we compare them together with our collaborating school. And we prepared the students, again using a Padlet, by writing questions they wanted to ask the meteorologist. Because yes, we organized a live session with a local meteorologist, and you can see some of the questions that the students asked the meteorologist, and I can assure you it was a really interesting session where even myself, I learned new things. Coming from a geography background, I was fascinated with all the facts that this young meteorologist explained, comparing the climates of Malta and Israel and how clouds are important when we talk about the water cycle and even the changing patterns resulting because of climate change. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed listening to this collaboration we had with Israel.
Thank you, Ramona. That was really like multidisciplinary, let's say, presentation. We could hear about so many skills that the students can train and to get through the Globe activities. And if you have any questions to Ramona or any comments, please post them to the chat. And now we are coming to the next presentations. I hope that we have students or perhaps only teacher from Zagreb, Mihaela.
Hello, we are here.
Yes, so
yes.
Are you ready to start? You can
yes.
share the screen and start.
Yeah, I will share the screen with you. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And now I hope that you can also see the presentation. Okay, so hello to everyone, dear colleagues, dear students. It's nice to see you even in this online environment. I would shortly like to present you how we managed to implement the Globe campaigns into the biology classroom through the time of the lockdown and this COVID challenge. So I managed to implement 3 Globe campaigns. One is just something that maybe is going to be campaign. And in the protocol, in the 9th grade students in our school system, this is the 1st grade of high school. So one did a microplastic protocol. It was class C. The second one did, the campaign, the trees around the globe. And the third one, mosquito challenge protocol. So basically, we start with the microplastic monitoring protocol, which was quite demanding because we started when we were online, then we came in a school. So it was, like double work. But okay, we managed to do it. Students really learned a lot and had ability to implement lots of new skills. First starting from microscoping, which they were not introduced in before. So they developed teamwork like online and when they start with a class when we were offline. Then the sampling method was quite demanding and challenging because first samples they did on their own and then they went and make a group sampling. Water analysis was something new. And as I say, microscoping was quite demanding. And then they had a workshop, they had a webinar, or let's say Zoom meeting with a scientist from Australia and Italy. So they presented their results, which was also first time for them. They increase awareness and impact on the environment, and also lots of other things come in a focus, like they start to act. So they organize one exhibition for the Earth Day, which was online. And further on, it still is ongoing, and Andrea will tell you through a few words about that.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I'm a student at 15 Gymnasium in Zagreb, and I worked on the microplastics monitoring protocol during my first year of high school. And studying the microplastics in groundwaters made me come to an idea to study the microplastics of underground waters in Croatia. And I came into contact with initiatives, Let's Clean the Underground. And it turned out to be a huge project. And now we're getting samples from all over Croatia, from the underground rivers, wells, and everything. And we're analyzing microplastics and sending those results back in.
So this campaign started in 9th grade, and I think that it will go on and go on and go on. The new one, Tree Around the World, was quite demanding. The students used the protocols which they were able to find on a web page. They use application, and some things they will study at home. So when they come to the school, they develop and brought some of these skills. So fieldwork during the online was one of the development. One of the skills they developed, sampling methods, which was phenology analysis, and application of mathematics in biology was also quite demanding. They also increase awareness and impact on the environment, and they develop action skills. So they use the new initiative to go and plant the trees in the area where there is the lack of the forest. And they follow the instruction about carbon cycle games. So they developed the new carbon cycle game, which they will use during the open day of the schools for the future students, to introduce them with the globe in the school. The 3rd class did mosquito challenge, which was quite challenged because when we start, it was not mosquito season yet in full zoo, I would say. So the students came up with the idea to not just follow the campaign footsteps, but to use the guidance of campaign on a web page to create the new project, which was called Effect of Container Color onto the Mosquito Appearance. So they did make these mosquito catchers, they analyzed the water, and then they, as a team, create research question, hypothesis, they did a data sampling, data analysis, they even repeat the procedure through the summer. And now they're in a writing conclusion and evaluation issue. And also they analyze the water and do the microscoping. So these are all very good issues of campaigns into the classroom. But I need to point also some of the issues which were not so great. This is work with a big group. So it's really hard to follow if they put all the data on the web page, because they use application of citizen scientists. And it was also demanding this online and offline. So some things we managed to do and some things we will improve in the following years. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mihaela, and thank you, Andrea. What was the name? So that was a nice list of different competencies that the students learned, right? Through actually 3 topics that you had. So it's a quite busy schedule that you had, and that in COVID times, really a nice achievement. And thank you for all these efforts.
You're very welcome.
So we have now a short time for discussions, if we have any questions in the chat. And I just remind you that we could see the presentations of students from Slovakia with Slavomir. Then Ramona was presenting about the technological innovation in the classroom. And now Michaela. So we had those three presentations. So any questions or reactions to any of those? And that was the blog of growing up with Globe for the students of 11 to 15 years old. So if you have experience with this age group, you can even share your own remarks to the chat.
Oh, could I speak?
Yes, Sandro.
Maybe a comment. Oh, Michaela and colleagues and students, they made great work, really great job, fantastic job. And you know what is the theme of the next World Water Day is just groundwater, make the invisible visible, make the visible the invisible. And is that what they are doing? Discovering microplastics in water and more discovering microplastics in groundwater is a fantastic idea. So I think that is a new extension of the research, and it will propose to all the schools investigating microplastics and so on. Thank you, Michaela, because really you made a fantastic work, and your students too, of course.
Thank you for the nice words, and thank you all for nice comments.
So we have some question in the chat. Dana, do you see something?
Yeah, we have a question to Carbon Cycle game. If it is possible to download it, it's from Zoran. So probably I can put the link to the chat. It's at the Globe website available. And then we have a recommendation or such a suggestion from Josephine. It's to collaboration between Israel and Malta. And the suggestion is that it should be a way to visit these countries when these students collaborate. And it's important also for teachers and for students the same. So we definitely agree that it's when it's possible to visit, and maybe we can use some Erasmus Plus projects or something like this, and we can discuss about this later today in the collaboration session.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing this up, Dana. And if there are any other teachers or students who have experience with the learning of 11 to 15 years old and they want to share their thoughts, for example, what topics are the most attractive, or what kind of ways of learning are the most attractive for this age group? Anyone has an
Vara,
tip?
if I may, because Peter is asking a question for Malta and Israel, and asking for our advice on how schools can collaborate together. From my experience, the friendship and the collaboration with Israel started from the regional meeting we had in Trieste, but last year, even though we did not meet in person, through the virtual meeting, I also managed to collaborate to make new contacts through the virtual meeting. In fact, Vesna and we contacted each other and we helped each other, and Malta is part of this project which Vesna explained. So I think such meetings, even though we're not meeting in person, but virtual meetings are giving the opportunity for teachers to get to know each other. Even by sharing our work, we can learn from each other, and yes, we can ask for contacts, and even if other teachers are interested in collaborating with Malta, you can send me an email, and like this, such meetings definitely help to make new collaborations.
Okay, thank you for this reminder. Yes, sure. Even the online opportunities, the events we have, webinars, meetings like this, conferences like this can start a collaboration. And I would support Ramona in that. If you see someone here with whom you want to collaborate, please don't hesitate and talk to that person. be it a teacher or coordinator, scientist, they are all open for collaboration. And if you get this idea after the meeting and you say, oh, but I don't have contact to that person, just write to us and we can try to connect you to that person, to that teacher, scientist, or coordinator. So please don't be shy. You can always talk to people and you can talk to us. And we have two more contributions. I just want to say that they should be short comments. Vesna was there, then Rafaela.
Just short one notice that I want to say that we made the project. I never met Ivana. I don't know if she's real. And I never met Ramona. I never met the most of these people that I am collaborating with. So it is possible thanks to technology. Yes, and to goodwill. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you can see, they exist, right? They are real. They do amazing work. Rafaela.
Thank you. And if I can add to Ramona's saying before, actually, it was a little bit frightening to start because we didn't know how much work it will take from us. But we became friends and we meet, I think, once a month and we speak about our projects. And that's the way to start, just to begin with small things and it gets better. Don't be afraid to do it. It's really very satisfying work.
Thank you for this addition. And I just want to say that if we as adults, the teachers or coordinators, if we collaborate, it's also a great example for the students. Then they will also see that the collaboration actually matters and that it is enjoyable and it creates friendships. So thank you for that. Paul, do you have some short remark?
Yeah, a very brief comment taking up from Rafaela's comment. Friendship was the start of the networking. And I think while virtual meetings are important because obviously during COVID conditions, there are a saving grace. And secondly, also, I think that we should keep them also running concurrent with face-to-face meetings because it allows for a greater audience. The actual opportunity to meet face-to-face and possibly, as Josephine highlighted in her comments, extending it also for kids, maybe as Dana pointed out through Erasmus projects, I think is a very positive way forward because it creates networks through friendship, which I think are much more solid than just networks based on, just work. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. And with those words, celebrating the friendship, I would like to, thanks to our speakers of the second part we had, and now we will have a short break. And after that, we will start with the, let's say, eldest learners. And in the break, we will see a video which actually opens the part 3, and that would be a video from the school of Goce Delchev High School from Valandovo, North Macedonia. And the break is starting now. You can just switch off your cameras if you want. You can stay connected. And if it happens that you come out of the meeting, you can come back always with the same link. And we will see each other back in, let's say, in 12 minutes, which is in our time, it's 15:35. And enjoy the video. we have seen presentations and videos and contributions by students for the younger part of the Globe audience, from kindergartens till the kids that are, or students that are 15 years old. And now we will go to the high schools and secondary schools, where we already have the youngsters, the teenagers, who are also learning with Globe. So the third part is called Globe for 15 to 19 years old, but it's actually not ending there, because even if the students leave the school, they can still keep up their life with Globe. They are having something that they will never lose, some kind of skills and competencies and experience that they gain through their time with Globe. And that's why we also have today two Globe alumni who can share with you, with us, what is their memory and their, let's say, footprint that they did with Globe. But first, let's hear from two more Globe teachers that we have here today with us. And we have with us Sebastian from Switzerland, from High School Altna. So that will be our first speaker. And then after that, we will hear from Marinela Labaš from Croatia. So I hope that we will have also, yes, we have Marinela with us. So I will just remind that we have 5 minutes for the presentation, and after those two presentations, we will also hear from Globe alumni, and after that we will open the discussion to this block of presentations. And yes, we could see also the video from North Macedonia High School in the break. So that was a part of this session as well. So Sebastian, the floor is yours. You can share the screen, you can unmute.
So hello everybody, I hope you can see my slides.
Yes,
it works?
It's fine.
Okay. I have to manage a little bit with the Zoom. So, okay, welcome, and I want to show you how to calculate trend lines with phenological data as an example from the high school in Alpnach in Switzerland. I used data from the Swiss software Phenonet. It's an application where I'm going to show you a little bit, but it's also could be work with the Globe data on green up or green down. As we can discuss, maybe you have an idea how you can calculate trend lines. So the constitution of the class of the high school in Alpnach in Switzerland, it's a scientific education, and the students are from 15 to 16 years old. And the intention and goals I had was to practice phenological research and collect and analyze data and enhance an understanding of the environment issues. And furthermore, to work on the complexity and the introduction of environmental impact. So this was my goals, and I want to show you how I worked on it with students. First on, this phenonet.ch is a platform from Switzerland, and it's an open science platform, a citizen science platform. It's open for everyone, students, adults, lay people, and experts. And it's initiated by Globe Switzerland, and it's online since April 2012. It's a cooperation with the ETH-Z, it's the Eidgenössische Technische Hochschule in Zurich, Meteo Swiss, and the General Institute or the Geographic Institute of Switzerland of Bern, and the Science of City, and the Federal of Environment Switzerland. What you can do, you can do phenological research, you can research the bloom, the budding, leaf development, general leaf development, and the fruiting. As you, most of you know, exactly, the GLOBE program is the same as a platform for Switzerland. So I collected data with my students. There is a login where you can go to this platform that's called app.phenonet.ch, and you can add some objects, for example, hazel, and then you have some observation guidelines. For example, here at begin the bloom, there is a description and you have photos where it looks like, or the general bloom or the end of the bloom. So we did this, and then we collected data in April to June 2021 in a team of 2 persons, and we had also some field excursion. But I want to analyze this data, and so I worked with the student with this idea. For example, I had a question and we want to go make a research process. Like the question was, how has the beginning of the general blooming period of the hazel changed in the last 11 years? And we had some hypotheses like the general blooming is changing early due to the climate change. And the material we had and the method we used was data collecting of 11 years from the phenological data on Phenonet. And we took the general bloom from the hazel, for example, and took this data and analyzed this data. So we calculate trend lines in MS Excel. And at the end, we had some plenary discussion about what does the impact means. And in advance, students investigate their own question in the same way as I showed in the example. So they ask a question and they try to analyze data in this way. So here you can see the example. There is an Excel sheet with general bloom from the hazel, this 11 years, the year, the median, and the day of the year. And when we zoom in, then you can see this trend line. And as we can see in this trend line from the Switzerland data, that the general bloom from the hazel is going down. It means so the day of the year they become earlier to bloom. And this was a massive impact for me that we can show with our own data the same as the German Weather Service has published in 2020. So we can see that, for example, the apple bloom also going down early in the year. And I was like, whoa, that's great. And then I asked the students, what we do afterwards, what we do with these results. And I want to show you a description of the student, perception of the student. So I found the task was very exciting because we always hear about global warming and that the plant starts to spring way too early. But for me, and mostly like also for the other students, it is difficult to understand this matter. And this is now what I already know. But then the trend line not only helped me to visualize data in order to understand, but also to comprehend and global warming caused to nature and humankind. And this was exactly what I want to do with my students. So Ladina Gasser is one of my students, did what I, or ask my question and give answer to my question in that way that I want to work with my students. So in short time, thank you very much for the attention, and I'm happy to have a discussion with you afterwards. Thanks.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you for this very specific example of one activity that you have done with the students. And thank you for that quote from one of your students. It serves as a proof, like what impact this kind of activity that you have done with them can have on the students. So that was really a nice example. Thank you for that. And if you have any questions or reactions to what Sebastian was showing on the presentation, please post it to the chat. Any reactions to what he was talking about. And now I would like to give a floor to Marinella. Yes, perfect.
Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Okay, and can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Hello to everyone. My name is Marinela Labaš, and I'm a GLOBE teacher from Croatia, School for Nurses. In our case, it is true, we are really growing up with GLOBE because we are in GLOBE program for 24 years. In my presentation, I'll try to show how we develop competencies and skills through GLOBE activities with accent on Croatian regional GLOBE meetings or review. In Croatia, we have 7 GLOBE regions. Every year, we have regional GLOBE review where students from GLOBE schools present activities during one GLOBE year according to default criteria. The main goal to participate on state GLOBE review and competition. We have 5 criteria and variety of GLOBE activities, systematically developing different competencies and skills on teachers and students. This is our first criteria, measurements in all GLOBE areas. In green box are teachers' competencies and skills, and in orange box are students. Teachers acquiring new knowledge from the GLOBE area and implementing GLOBE contents in individual subjects, for example, geography, biology, chemistry, etc. Students, acquisition of new knowledge and completing the knowledge of the individual subject curricula. Teachers and students strengthen organizational, teamwork, IT, and communication skills on different levels. Measurement and data entry effect on students' accuracy, accountability, systematicity, developing responsibility, work discipline, patience, curiosity, commitment. Through a visualization system, students are developing the skill of managing through GLOBE data, and they are gauging a potential to use the competence in other subjects. This is our second criteria, how we use of GLOBE data and protocols in different subjects, development of research projects, organizing of workshops, open days, or days of project. Teachers, implementing GLOBE activities, protocols, and campaigns with enrichment subject curriculum. Also, on that way, we are adopting new techniques and methods of teaching. And again, we strengthen organizational skill through organization of research, learning, project days, etc. Students, they are more interested in subject with GLOBE contents. This is a fact. They are more creative, and research project and fieldwork encourage their critical thinking. They also have better results because their relationship with GLOBE teachers are more casual. Third criteria is organization of GLOBE work in school and how we are marking eco-dates, actions, promotion in schools, in local community and international wide. Teachers, collaboration with other schools on a national or international level contributes exchange, experience and ideas. And in base, we are strengthen communication and organizational skills. Students love the feeling of belonging to something which is popular and interesting, and this is a GLOBE. And if we have more students in GLOBE, they could experience diversity of GLOBE work, more campaigns, and we can have more projects. Students also, they are interested in participating in promotions of GLOBE. On that way, they are developing skills of storytelling. They are learning how to tell something on interesting way. Presentation to other students, effect on their self-confidence and pride. Collaboration with students from other schools is also important. They are comparing, learning from each other, accepting diversity, developing tolerance, and etc. Fourth criteria, for both group, it's important. The many years that we have spent in GLOBE program, which gained us experience and pride that we are a part of something great, which we connected with progress on personal and professional level. Fifth criteria, how we present everything what we done during one globe year. This is conjoined work of teachers and students, and it is fully filled with positive energy and good vibrations because we successfully completed one cycle. The picture shows slides from our regional meetings review, our students in different measurements activities. This is one student and her commitment and systematically work on research project. Campaign Orion at Night is a part of geography curriculum, and our students were watching the starry sky outside of schoolwork frame. This is one unusual graph, but students made it as results of data analysis. Instagram, how globe stories become interesting when you have very creative student. This is she on the right picture. One of our video where we connected health and globe. With this video, we participated in a European Commission competition. And on the other picture, our students promoted globe in other country, in Slovenia. Thank you. This is a short version how we grew up with globe in our school. And today we can say that we are all alumni. Thank you.
Thank you, Marinella. That's really impressive. So many years with globe.
Yes.
So if you want to, if someone...
We have a long history.
Yeah, if someone from the audience want to know how it feels to be a teacher or a school in globe for how many, 20 years? 24 years, then please talk to Marinella.
Yes.
So that's really beautiful. And thank you for saying the last sentence that you are already actually Globe alumni.
Yes.
And I would like to welcome here now the Globe alumni that we have with us today. Do we have Peggy and do we have Joseph with us?
I'm here.
Yes, I can see Joseph.
Hi.
And we also have Peggy. Nice. So if I am just reminding that any questions or reactions to the two presentations that we saw, please you can continue asking questions in the chat or post reactions. And now we have Peggy and Joseph just to tell us, just to chat with us, to share their thoughts of what memories they have on Globe and what skills and competencies they gained during that time they still apply in their everyday life or in their careers, or what does that mean for them that they are Globe alumni. So I don't know who wants to start. Joseph is from Czech Republic and Peggy is from Croatia. So Peggy, do you want to start? Do you want to introduce yourself? What do you do today? And
Yes, thank you, Vara, and thank you very much for the invite. I am Peggy Pavletic. As Vara said, I do come from Croatia, but right now I'm doing a PhD in medicinal chemistry at the University of Camerino in Italy. But I'm currently at my mobility at the University of Milano. And yes, my Globe journey started when I joined high school, so quite late in comparison to how long the Globe program can actually be. However, I had quite an enjoyable experience. I first was a student in the medical high school, and we were doing the hydrology protocols for the analysis of the seawater there. And after that, I actually became quite interested in science and decided that my path will be in chemistry. And this is mostly due to Globe and due to the good relationship that we have had with our professor, Tatjana Holjević, from the same high school. And after that, I finished university. I did biotechnology because I really wanted to have a hands-on experience with chemistry. And my bachelor thesis as well was on one of the topics that I covered as a Globe student as well, which was at that point the considerations of the protocols for the analysis of the salt water. And yeah, basically one thing led to the other. Now I'm more into pharmacy and the development of drugs, but I'm still quite close to GLOBE program, and I try to invest my time and energy anytime that I see an opportunity to participate in any kind of program that allows the work with the students. So I am a constant applicant for the IVSS judge, and as well now I'm serving as a judge on the Climate Science Olympiad as well.
Thank you for the few words, and it's nice to hear that you actually are, you even moved for your, career to another country, which is also a GLOBE country. So it's a shout out to GLOBE Italy to connect to Peggy if they want to collaborate with you. So Joseph, what you will tell us?
Hi, thank you for inviting me. So I'm Joseph Bruna. I work at the Institute of Botany at the Czech Academy of Sciences. Nowadays I'm a full-time researcher. I actually started with GLOBE in 1997 at the basic school, and I had a really good time, and we had a really good teacher that moved many of us towards science or towards biology. And we have learned a lot of methods about measuring the environment, not only the clouds, but also water and especially biometry. And we've established the pixel in the forest. And there I've learned many methods that we actually use nowadays in our field measurements, although we also have some new digital measuring devices and other tools. We still keep a simple log of all the trees and tree cover and things like that we have done 25 years ago already, almost in GLOBE. So that's quite a long time to be using still the same tools and trying to find new answers from this type of data. In the meantime, I was also partly present at the Teresa, at the GLOBE office, and I've learned there quite a lot from the other members and also from the other teachers. And from my point of view, it's really important to have a good luck on a teacher that's doing GLOBE and that's motivating the students. So for me, this is the key point from GLOBE, because GLOBE can motivate a lot of people, not only because of the methods, but also because of the group of people that surrounds it.
Thank you for this reflection. And I would have perhaps one more question to you both. What would be your message to the students, that are already one generation, perhaps after you, the smallest ones, or the students who are much younger than you are, and they are GLOBE students in this age? What you would like to tell them? Peggy, do you have some message for them?
Yeah, I definitely think that one of the things that I also was meeting quite frequently, not only when I was a student in high school, but also at the university, that very many people consider that you are not an expert and you are not a scientist because you do not have a degree. So I really have to say to the students that you shouldn't give up on the things you feel very passionate about, even though many people might tell you so, because it happens in life. And this mindset that they have of research and constant investigation of the things around them are going to make them feel, like you said, the drivers of change, not only in the community, but I think also personally, they will feel very accomplished by everything that they're bringing to the table. So this is something that I struggle with still, and very much think it's a good advice for anyone who is willing to kind of work in the research field as well.
Thank you. Joseph?
I would advise students to not be afraid to ask questions, because I have learned throughout my career that there are many things that people just don't know, and not only because they are unable to find the answer, but also that nobody ever thought about the question. So if you have some questions, you really want to know the answers, then ask if anybody knows, and if not, then try to design some new research to find the answer, because not everything is researched yet.
Thank you. Thank you both for this message and for the time that you found to be with us today. And now we have a short time for the discussion for any questions that go to Sebastian, who was presenting that example, how he works with his students and how the trend line can explain a lot. And then to Marinela, who was presenting these 24 years in Globe at her school and what kind of competencies can be developed, the students, and even if you have some question to Peggy or Joseph. So either you post a question to the chat, or you can raise your hand if you want to speak. We can see you here. And there is some communication going on in the chat. Someone wants to speak, Sandra? Yes, please.
Yes, there was an immediate agreement with your alumni, your beautiful alumni in that is in Italy now. So we established a really quick agreement. So we will cooperate in next future.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for the report, both of you. Okay, any question, any reaction to our guests that we have today? Or if you see any pattern, any similarity to what you do with the students that you have at your schools, your countries, you can also share that with us now. And Larissa, yes, please.
Yes, I just would like to thank all the presenters and say that remind ourselves that the number 17 goals, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, is exactly what you're doing. It's building partnerships. So kudos to all of you. And this is one of the very important part of Globe Network and Globe activities, is really building strong international collaboration. So hopefully the next generation will be even stronger in that. So thank you to Peggy and to Joseph for great presentations. And thank you all who trying to build those collaborative initiatives. Thank you.
Thanks, Larissa.
Yeah, I'd like to take one message from the chat. It's from Nectaria, our representative in working group evaluation, and she put their link to the report they did with alumni. So if you are interested to read more about more alumni around the world, so please check this link there.
Is there some other question? Someone wants to talk? Please just give us a sign if you want to talk.
I was going to ask a question, sorry, but I couldn't find the unmute button there for a minute. So I would just like to ask the alumni, what if they could pick one, and I know this will be difficult, but if they could pick one pivotal moment that kind of spurred them to stay continued with to continue with Globe as an alumni, what was that?
I have to say that, I would have to say that I was present at the second student research exhibition, and my team actually won the third place there. And for me, this was the moment where I realized also that science doesn't have to be scary. And I saw people from NASA and many other researchers who gave their time to come there and to speak to us small students, let's say, who are trying to make an impact in the community. And I felt that's so big, and it was just sort of a feeling that you cannot replace or feel again. So I'd say I kind of joined science in a constant pursuit of having that feeling, and just paying attention to very small things and making sure that they seem big to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So that's a good signal that having the students come to the annual meeting and present is a important piece. Okay, great. And Joseph, is it Joseph?
Yeah, actually, I think that the globe showed me that research and science is not something scary. That you can really do it in your backyard or in the forest, and you get your own small results. But then, if you go among scientists, you just have better equipment, but you still have the questions, and and it's you follow some methods, and it's not something scary. It's a normal job as anything else.
Great, good. Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you for the answers and also for the question, Tony. It was an important question to raise. And I'm just seeing if there is any other question or any other reaction occurring for our dear guests. And I just wanted to say that I really like that what Sebastian was showing, that he has the quote of one of his students, and I think this is really a nice example how we can all see or feel accomplished or kind of confident that actually what we do with the students, how we teach and how they learn, that it makes sense. If we are sometimes, kind of capturing what they say, or we are noting it down, how they reflect on how they learn, because that is quite important, how they see it and how they reflect on that. So that was also a nice example. And I don't know if, Sebastian, this is a part of, if you do it always, or if you did it especially like for this example that you are showing, if you can tell us more about that. How do you observe your students, and how you know down what they say about that learning?
From time to time, I ask them what we learned as a reflection or a metacognition. But you can't do it every day, because then they got bored, and you have to say we always have to think about it. But from time to time, it's important even for me, because I have an intention. I want to learn with the student something. And this was an example. Nina had some other example where some answers, we have to research even to these answers from the student, what we can learn. We had to, as a research question, maybe we have to collect this as a globe idea.
Thank you for this for this kind of idea shared with the others.
One more. The problem is what I sometimes you ask them, and then they ask, give question. So you have a question, then they ask, and then you can. I mean, they have to change also the lifestyle, and this we also have to show or to report. This is even more important, how they react in their environment. But I have actually no idea how we can take this maybe lifestyle. Yeah, this would be very interesting, how we can change maybe, or people react with the environment after a globe program. This would be a very nice question.
Thanks for posing the question. as Joseph was saying, we should always be asking the questions, even if we don't know the answers. So if someone has or is guessing an answer to what Sebastian just asked, you can still share it in the chat. I think it's a very important question. And we were talking about that topic a little bit yesterday in this Globe Benefits the Environment session that we had. But obviously it's a very important topic, how to convey all this also to students' daily lives and how to perhaps motivate them to reflect what they learn in Globe into their actions. And with this thought, I would like to conclude our discussions and our wonderful session of Growing Up with Globe. I believe that we all have grown with Globe, even in those 75 minutes that we had now. We learned something, we inspired each other. And as the final piece, we have a contribution here by yet another alumni who is not with us today, but perhaps you already know him because he's also the Globe student logger. It's Johannes Alexander Wright from Estonia, and he prepared a video piece for not only for us, but for all the Globe people, which is also about one more value that we all are experiencing in Globe, and we are experiencing it right now. So please enjoy the video made by Johannes.
Ahoy, I'm Johannes from Estonia, and today I will tell you about benefits of cultural exchange with Globe. First, I'm very glad and thankful for being selected as one of the Globe student bloggers. It is a very great opportunity for Globe students so we can share our stories and show people how Globe have changed our lives. As I already said, I'm Johannes from Estonia. I am 18 years old and I like to read. I like to do different kind of sports. I like to cook. I like to help people. I like to volunteer, be a volunteer, and I like to do Globe. But now let's talk about today's topic. So, benefits with cultural exchange with Globe. I would say that cultural exchange for me started in an elementary school when we had very often a person from Globe or NASA or a person from US Embassy talking in our school, and we got to ask questions, and it was a kind of collaboration and my first cultural change experience, and that inspired me, that have inspired me over the years. And thanks to that, today I am a person who I am. We were very excited when we heard that we are going to have a person from NASA, and for me, as I see it today, I am inspiration for the younger students, and that motivates me the most. So the people talking in our school, that was my first experience with the culture exchange with Globe. But the biggest exchange with Globe started 2 years ago. 2019, when I and 4 other Estonian students, we participated on the Globe Games in the Czech Republic. We presented our research that we worked on for about 3 months. The Globe Games, they lasted 4 days, and 2 days after and 2 days before the Globe Games, we traveled in the Czech Republic. And so the Globe Games lasted for 4 days. So we were here in the Czech Republic, we were for 8 days. And after these 8 days, I felt that I have to come back to the Czech Republic. So I decided to apply for an exchange student in the Czech Republic. It went well. They chose me, and today I am an exchange student in the Czech Republic. I'm filming this video in the Czech Republic, not in Estonia, and that has been the biggest cultural exchange with Globe for me. Cultural exchange with Globe is a little bit different than a normal cultural exchange, because when you get to meet Globe people, then you already know about them without actually talking with them. You already understand each other without talking. And if you even don't understand each other's languages, you still understand the Globe protocols and the Globe language. I will call it the Globe language. You still understand each other without actually speaking the same language. Globe Games in the Czech Republic were my first Globe Games in a different country than Estonia. And these games changed my life very much. I decided to spend a year of my life to get the Czech culture and people, to get them know better. And right now, the Globe is affecting my life on each step I take, and I'm looking forward to the next years to see what's coming. That is all from me today, and be sure to subscribe, like and comment. Also, I will put my exchange year blog in Facebook down here, so you can follow my exchange year story. See you next time. Ahoy!
So that was Johannes, a Globe vlogger from Estonia. And his beautiful words about cultural exchange and collaboration being a life-changing thing for him. He helped us to move to the next part of the program, which will be dedicated to collaboration. So I welcome you all. Globe program would not be possible without collaboration of students, teachers, scientists, parents, but also collaboration among Globe schools from different countries, and collaboration with people or organizations that may not be part of the Globe program, but share the same mission as Globe. We touched the topic of collaboration already many times during the previous session. So it's clear that the collaboration topic is really strong even now in our group. And now we will see examples of various collaborations that teachers and students made possible with the Globe projects, with projects from local to international level. We will have enough time to discuss, to share our experience, and to find out together how to support collaboration through Globe in our own classrooms, in our towns, or among the countries. To start the session, we will see one video and 2 presentations. After that, we will split up into 3 parallel sessions in breakout rooms. Each will have a slightly different topic, always related to collaboration. And in each session, we will have a main speaker who will have a short presentation to open the topic, and afterwards we will discuss together in the breakout rooms. After the discussion, we will come back from the breakout rooms and share our experience, share the results of the discussion. We will talk about the things that initiate and drive or sustain the collaboration in our schools or in our countries. So now I would like to ask if it's all clear, if you have any questions about the program. And if not, then we can start with the program. We can begin with a beautiful video about collaborative globe research between two cultures, which are actually in one country, in Israel. The video was created by Batya Amsalem and presents collaboration of Iresim Carmiel School and Catherine Bukta School. So if I may ask, screen the video.
בכל שפה אומרים שלום אחרת.
אצלנו בחצר, אצל עצי הזית, באים בדרך כלל המון אורחים לקיץ, לכל אחד מהם שפה משלו, ודרך משלו להגיד שלום. לכל אחד מהם שפה משלו, ודרך משלו להגיד שלום.
בן מאיטליה אומר בונג'ורו, בת מצרפת אומרת בונז'ור,
כאן מיפן אומר
בונז'ור,
כשהוא בא לביקור. קיים מהוואי תאמר
הלו, טניה מבריטניה אומרת הלו. כל מי שבא אלינו הביתה
יש לו שלום משלו.
צבענו את הגדר, קצרנו את הדשא, ילדי כל העולם יוכלו עכשיו לגשת,
לפתוח לרווחה את השער הירוק ולהביא ברכה מרחוק רחוק.
לפתוח לרווחה את השער הירוק ולהביא ברכה מרחוק רחוק.
מסכיני אתיופיה תאמר
ים מיוון גלישרה תאמר, אולגה מרוסיה תאמר פריבט,
ונשאר עד מחר. ז'יל מברזיל תאמר
בונג'יה, קוקו ממרוקו יאמר הלאה,
והברכה שהוא יביא לי היא היפה מכולן. אצלנו בחצר, בצל אילן פורח, ילדי כל העולם באים להתארח. אצלנו בחצר, ילדי העולם כולו רוקדים במעגל ואומרים שלום. אצלנו בחצר, ילדי העולם כולו רוקדים במעגל ואומרים שלום.
في واحد فيهم سقاته طريقته لأجيب وسلام وين إيطاليا يقول بونجورنو بنت من فرنسا تقول بونجور لכל אחד מהם שפה משלו לכל אחד מהם שפה משלו ולרק משלו להגיד שלום.
So
Hello,
that was...
everyone.
Hello, Batya. So we have here the author. So Batya, would you like to add something?
Yes, the song shown in the background of the video present children of the whole world, and it say hello in different language. The same song was taught in Hebrew and Arabic. I have the honor to introduce two lovely teachers who work together in perfect collaboration. Both taught separately the phonology of the fig tree in two different areas, in different language in Israel. Hello, Aliza and Ibrahim.
Hello.
Ibrahim?
Hello. Hello, everyone. I got to know the Globe program for the first time, and I enjoyed it with my student. Thank you, Globe Eurasia. Thank you, Batya, and Globe Israel.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Aliza?
Hello, everyone. We showed you great interest in the Globe program. The students showed curiosity, building cooperation and friendship. Many thanks to the Globe program and Batya, who helped us in the research process. Thank you.
Thank you, Aliza. We have another student from Bukata.
Yalla, Amir, احكي.
Hi, we are good friends.
Yosef
we are good friends thanks to Globe program. Thank you.
Thank you, Yosef and Omer. Thank you, Aliza and Ibrahim. I would like to thank Rafaela very much for her great support at Globe Israel. Thank you, Rafaela. Thank you, Dana and Bara, for the best communication for the Globe virtual regional meeting. Thank you.
And I want to add my thanks to Batya, Aliza, Ibrahim, and
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it was a very nice example of collaboration between two cultures, two languages, but also different levels of collaboration. So there was a collaboration between the schools on a national level, and also the collaboration, the sharing on an international level with the phonology campaign community. So this is a very nice example and great work. Thanks to both schools. Thanks for being here today. And now we will move on to our first two opening presentations. And I just want to note that we will have always 5 minutes for each presentation, but the presentation will not be followed by the discussion. So if you will feel like sharing something, asking something, feel free to write in the chat. We will afterwards have the split up session so we can discuss this question there, but we will not have that discussion right after each presentation. And to start with, I would like to invite Esther Samud Carbone from Extrop e Gagin Nature Park, Malta. I hope I pronounced well. Okay, sorry. She will tell us about their collaboration with Globe Malta.
Thank you. May I ask you to have your volume set on maximum because of two short video clips from students which have been recorded on very low sound. So hello everyone from Malta. I'm a teacher at Shroplagin Park in the southeast of the island. The park welcomes over 2,500 students every year for outings in which education for sustainable development is intricately interwoven. Last year, this could not happen due to the pandemic, so I made it my mission to take the outdoors indoors through virtual fieldworks. I was immediately compelled to integrate Globe because from trials in on-site visits in the previous 2 years, I had experienced what a great opportunity Globe is to do science and move away from just studying it for exams. and what a versatile tool it is to make citizen science so easily doable. What did I do? I offered 3 virtual fieldworks to all schools. Here you can see the site selected with the sky, the sea, the greenery behind me and the white ground, which were necessary for the online observations. Site selection was an important exercise. It had to be appropriate for readings and inspiration. Here go the 3 fieldworks. Fieldwork 1 focused on weather. Fieldwork 2 revolved around greening up and phenology. The 3rd presented 3 height measurements and the carbon cycle. Now, in all 3 types of fieldworks, I liaised with Ms. Mercieca, Globe Deputy Coordinator for Malta, who presented the Globe program, the Globe Observer app, and protocols and campaigns according to fieldwork focus. For the 3rd type of fieldwork, I had guest speaker Mr. Navila Bayer as well from Ambient Malta, inspiring students about growing indigenous trees. Then I continued all sessions with live globe observations and used them to discuss sustainable development matters. These are the globe protocols and campaigns presented by Ms. Ramona. Here goes some feedback from the students. Let us listen to the first one.
When you showed us that experimenting seeds and every single season that they change colors. I liked it when you told us about globe and the activities about the temperature of the Earth's surface and about chocolate. I liked it when you told us.
These are the SD themes I linked to. For instance, the benefits of trees and land use issues are relevant indeed for a small country like ours. A good part of the discussion focused on actions needed because that is a major element of education for sustainable development. I wrapped up all the sessions by placing the actions in the global scenario as sought by Sustainable Development Goals.
What I really liked about the session was that you talked about plants and all the nature there. We even talked about the kinds of insects that you can find. And I also really liked the fact that the guide explained what type of plants they were and where they were to be found.
How was all this achieved in practice online? Taking fieldwork 2 as an example, I presented the greening up results of the African tamarisk tree that I was following in spring. These are the pictures from the presentation I was showing the students so that they could understand how I did the greening up observations. We then took weather and surface temperature readings together. Then through discussion of the readings, for instance, the students could understand how the very early greening up was probably related to the exceptionally hot February. They could also see for themselves how bare land gives rise to the urban heat island effect because they could compare the surface temperature of the white ground there with that of the green patch behind me during the session, there and then. In all sessions, we couldn't but emphasize the relevance of sharing observations on the Globe platform so that scientists, schools, and individuals can use them for research and projects, possibly collaborating with each other. So these are some classes took action seriously with immediate effect. You have some snapshots here. This is a sneak peek into the classroom. Note the appropriate background behind me and the use of visual aids, which were so important as being online. Here you can get an idea of how we took readings together and the use of their visual aids. Schools were spontaneously sending us their feedback. Among the outcomes, we reached a large number of participants who now know about Globe on our islands. We definitely got through the message of how easy it is to do science from the palm of your hands through Globe. And here's a final feedback from an LSC.
The lesson was very interesting. It is important that our learners are exposed to awareness about the environment. We highly recommend that such activities are continued in schools.
Ms. Miss Ramona's satisfaction about the collaboration is encouraging, and we are proceeding with further collaboration, because if education for sustainable development from Shroplagin inspires schools to become globe sites and hence engage in citizen science beyond the outing to the site, to the park, that would honestly be really an honor. Thank you. Here you have my contact down here. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Esther. That was an excellent example of how collaboration between scientific organizations and schools and the GLOBE program is very important and also very motivating for the students. We could clearly see their enthusiasm and their interest. And yeah, thank you very much for that.
Thanks.
And we will have time to discuss more about collaboration between scientists and experts in one of the breakout rooms.
Thanks for the opportunity of sharing the experience here in the GLOBE regional meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. And well, if you have any questions or comments, please post them into the chat. And now we will come to the second presentation. It will be now the topic of international collaboration. It will be a presentation of Thalia Mavrakou, a scientist from University of Athens, Greece. And Thalia will introduce us collaboration between many schools within the international project PULCHRA. So Thalia, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Lenka. Hi, everyone. I'm Thalia Mavrakou from Globe Greece, and I will present you the PULCHRA project, a Horizon 2020 project in which many of the members of the Globe family are participating. Excuse me. Something happened with the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. The PULCHRA project explores the open schooling concept in the theme cities as urban ecosystems, and in view of creating the new partnerships in local communities to foster science education for all citizens. Schools, in cooperation with other stakeholders, become agents of community well-being. The PULCHRA consortium consists of 12 partners from 10 EU member states: Greece, Czech Republic, Cyprus, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Poland, Romania, and Sweden. The consortium consists of 6 universities, 2 educational organizations, 2 enterprises, and 2 NGOs. The PULCHRA network is established during the first year of the project implementation, has strong links with the Globe Europe, and consists of 51 schools, 180 stakeholders, such as universities, enterprises, experts, local authorities, NGOs, parents, etc., and 43 projects have been developed until now. During the PULCHRA project, materials and tools developed for the support of the city challenges, like the PULCHRA Handbook of Educational Materials that can be used from teachers, the Handbook of Young Reporter, with which students can learn how to become a reporter, and 2 open learning courses for the city challenges and for the urban ecosystems. All these are freely available on the PULCHRA platform without any registration. Furthermore, available also are the visualization tool to input measurements of environmental parameters and easily produce and export graphs, as well as the remote sensing tool to work with Sentinel-2, Landsat, and MODI satellite data. And this tool is modified for the educational needs of schools, meaning that the satellite data have been pre-processed and specific band combinations are available for visualization interpretation. Detailed user guides for these 2 tools are available to users also in the platform. You can find them. All the above were developed to support the city challenges. But what are the city challenges? Here you can see the city challenges concept. Students develop a school project based on a specific city challenges theme. And the school project is developed with the support of a science team consisting of people outside the school community that can provide lectures, equipment, school visits, etc. The science team, we called it. And at the end of the city challenges, the school project is presented in an open event and in the city challenges workshop. In that way, the open schooling concept is promoted. Here are the city challenges themes that the school can select, and they are linked to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The science team can be comprised of teachers and students, of course, and parents, professionals from the business community, scientists from universities, research centers, local administrators, citizens, and etc. Each member should undertake a specific role. For example, teachers can become science team supervisors or science team mentors, and students can take the role of an explorer or a science reporter, and among many other roles. Here we would like to present an example for a specific school project that developed in Italy during the first year of the project implementation, and specifically for the Mercieca school, that school selected the theme regenerating urban space to connect people in a healthy environment. And the involved stakeholders that you can see here were acting as mentors and experts. They provided the data and equipment, or they accepted school visits. Here you can see the involved teachers and the number of students and the student age. All this information is also available in the PULCHRA platform. We chose this school to present this school project because it demonstrates the City Challenge's contribution to the open schooling concept. In detail, the science team aimed to create public spaces suitable for the complexity of the economic, social, climatic, and environmental problems that their municipality is facing. For these purposes, the experts from the universities and experts in nature-based solutions were participated in the science team and provided lectures regarding the sustainable development, the biodiversity, and the materials used in the urban environment. Science team developed projects and solutions and met with the municipality representatives in order to discuss ideas with the municipality is interested for a future realization. Finally, during the PULCHRA Open event, the science team that held online during the last year, students presented 9 very interesting ideas, 3 of which were approved by the public administration for their feasibility. Now, the city challenges are implemented in all countries, and right now, and science reporters have started working by disseminating their results. A useful dissemination tool is the PULCHRA newspaper that you can find also in the PULCHRA platform and is distributed inside and outside the PULCHRA network 2 times a year. Also, you can download the PULCHRA app and visit us in the PULCHRA website and the PULCHRA platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Thalia, for your presentation. And I think you raised here a very important point through this glimpse into the PULCHRA project, that the collaboration is very important also with other subjects, other organizations, not only schools or experts or universities, but also municipalities, local communities, or other stakeholders, other maybe local companies. That it can be also very important and beneficial for the school project.
Exactly, yes.
So, thank you very much for that.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And maybe we could share the links to the PULCHRA materials, because I think there are many of them that can be helpful for schools. So
okay, I will add the chat. Okay.
Thanks a lot. And so now we have 3 interesting inputs about collaboration on different levels, from different angles and point of view. And I could see in the chat many questions, many comments. So now is the time to talk more, to discuss. We will discuss various kinds of collaboration in 3 split up sessions in breakout rooms. Each breakout room will have a main speaker who will open the breakout room with a presentation. Maybe if I can ask to share a list. Okay. So here are the 3 topics that we will discuss now. We will have 3 rooms, and in room number 1, we will talk about GLOBE reaching out to other partners and other projects. And this room will be guided or opened by Ramona from Malta, and her presentation about GLOBE EDX STEM Challenge, about their collaboration with European Direct Information Center. Then we will have room number 2 with discussion about globe schools in international collaborations. So the international level will be very important here. And it will be opened by presentation from Anna from Germany, from Globe Deutschland. And she will talk about their long-term and very interesting project on tributary rivers. And the third, last room will be focused on scientists and students working together. There will be an opening presentation by Antonia and Krešimir Kojundžić from Croatia, and they will talk about their 4 projects where scientists and students work together. So please remember the names and the numbers of the rooms. Now you will be able to choose the room according to the topic that you find the most interesting. And each room will have this opening speaker and also a facilitator from regional office. So it will be Bara for the topic number 1, Dana for topic number 2, and myself for the room number 3. You will, as I said, you will hear the short presentation, and afterwards there will be a discussion. I would also like to ask you to choose a note keeper who will write down the main ideas so that we can save them for later on. Now, how to do it, how to actually get into the breakout rooms. So once the breakout rooms will be open, which will be in just a minute, you will see down in the Zoom controls at the bottom of your screen a new icon called breakout rooms. You will click on this icon and that will open a new window where you will see these 3 topics. You will be able to choose any of them, and you just click join and confirm your choice. After you do this, you will be automatically redirected to the room. We will have 30 minutes to work in the room, and we will be also noticed 5 minutes before the discussion will be closed and 1 minute before the room will be closed again. So once you reach the room, you will have time to listen and to talk, and then you will be, after 30 minutes, automatically brought back into the main session. Our colleague Chila will stay in the main session, so in case of any technical problems, you can always get to her, or you can always come back from your split up session to the main session and talk to her. She will be there to help you. Now, one last thing, in the split up session, we really want to hear from each of us. We want to share and discuss. So it's the aim is not only to talk about the presentation that you will hear, but also to share your examples, share your thoughts. So yeah, please feel free to share any of your ideas. Now I would like to ask if it is clear how to reach the rooms and what to do. Are there any questions?
Yes, where are the links?
You will see them now. Okay. I think I can now ask Chila to open the breakout rooms. Yes. So now when you scroll down or move your cursor down and you open your Zoom controls, you should see a kind of square called breakout rooms, square icon. And once you click on this breakout rooms icon, you will open a window. See now we are many people, so you will most likely see a link with or line with unassigned and a list of names. Maybe if you do this, if you see this, you just scroll down and you will see the list of breakout rooms. So please choose the one that you prefer, click on join and confirm your choice. It may take a bit time. We are quite many, so the technique is not so fast. So please, if you already confirm that you are joining the room and nothing happens, be patient, wait for a few moments to move to the room. And once again, for those who maybe haven't decided yet, we have room number 1, group reaching out to the other partners in project with Ramona. Room number 2, Globe Schools in international collaboration with Anna. And room 3, scientists and students working together with Antonia and Kreshimir. Hello again, back in the main session. I can still see some people moving on. Chila, are we all back, please?
Not yet. There are still people in the breakout rooms, which means that they should be in the waiting room, but I can't see them.
Zoom provides 60 extra seconds. After 60 seconds, it will bring everybody back.
Yeah. I think we are all back from our group, from the group number 2.
We already got that message of 60 seconds.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was there.
And from watching the numbers of people in breakout rooms and in the main session, I had the feeling that not everyone joined the breakout room quickly, or maybe someone had some technical problems to join at all. So I'm very sorry about it. I hope that most of you could join the breakout room and had the opportunity to discuss with others. And
yes, we had.
Yes, you had. That's great to know. And I have to say for our group that we had very nice discussion, and like usually we didn't have enough time, so we would really need some extra minutes. But maybe for those who couldn't really join all the discussions, now we have time to share what we learned. So maybe we can, or even for those who could discuss and but were only in one group, they would be interested in the findings of 2 other groups. So please now feel free to share what was interesting for you, what findings did you have, what opportunities for collaboration did you learn about, what was inspiring for you from what you heard and learned, or what is the motivation for you, for your students and for the other people involved in your projects. Please feel free to write into the chat or just unmute yourself and tell us about your experience.
I can say a few things if nobody else is volunteering about what was discussed in break room number 2, where we were talking about international collaborations. So we started with a very nice presentation by Anna regarding a river tributary in Germany and how they intend to proceed with this project. But then we talked about collaborations in general. Ira shared a very nice example about a project that was done with a collaboration of Norway, the Czech Republic, and Croatia, 3 rings. And she shared her experience as to how participating in this program actually changed everything for their school. The school became more visible in the community, is what she said. Students had the opportunity to travel to Norway. They met with other students, with their families, so they gained valuable experiences. And she said that that was a starting point of a number of successes for the school. And this year they won an award for innovation in teaching, and she associated this with participations in GLOBE. A couple of very important things came up, in my opinion. One thing was how important it is for students to actually be able to meet in person. I mentioned that whenever we do surveys, we get to see that this is what the students prioritize, their memories from meeting other students from other countries, from other cultures. So we discussed on this for a while, and of course we were all in agreement. At the same time, we acknowledged that it's very important to cultivate the existing digital media so that all students are able to participate, even the ones who are not able to travel, even when the rest of us may be able to travel. So this was an issue of equity and including underrepresented students that was brought up, which I thought was very important. And finally, another thing that was brought up was how science diplomacy can actually help in international collaborations and how important this piece was. And Larissa brought some things up, and she has put her email in the chat for people who would like to find out more. And please add colleagues from group number 2 if I've missed anything. Or thank you.
Thank you, Nectaria.
Thank you, Nectaria. This was very nice insight into the discussion in your group, and also the framing with the research that you do within the working group. That's very interesting. And I was just about to ask the next question if there were some collaborations starting in the room, so I can see it happened. So this is a very nice result of the discussion. And yeah, please, if someone else would like to add something. I know we only have a very few minutes left and the time is late.
Okay, I will just say a short sentence from the group number 1. I will not be talking about all the examples that people mentioned. There were many, but what I liked was what Aileen said, that you need some time actually to, start these collaborations and to, to call people, to talk to them about GLOBE. And perhaps you will not always get the, positive answer, but if you keep doing it, you will find someone. And this is the most important, that if you just find a little bit of time, it can actually start a collaboration, which is very important, and it can get you so much of it. So the investment of time in the beginning is needed, but it's worth it. So that's what I really liked that she mentioned.
Maybe I can just connect to that from group 3, where we talked about collaboration with scientists. It's exactly that. Just take your time, connect with them. It's easier if you already know them, but even if you do not, scientists are often ready to help, ready to get engaged in activities in schools. So it's really something that gets you a lot of added value. And if you can, just go to your local or national universities, talk to people who would be willing to participate in your activities, and do not forget that we also always have NASA scientists willing to lend a hand when and where we need it.
Okay, so that was for group number 3, and I want to add my thanks to the scientists from NASA that are here with us today for really being here for us every time we ask them and need something from them. It's a great support. And yeah, it's nearly half, so maybe one last comment, if there is any.
I think we can leave the last comment for the kids that are starring in the movie that we have for you as the last piece.
Yes, I think so. It seems like, and so as Bara said, we will see a video now with the kids that have also a great and important collaboration with scientists. But before that, I want to thank you all for being here with us today, staying until a late hour, and thank you for all the wonderful contributions, discussions, comments. And I really hope today's sessions were interesting for you, that you learned something that you will use later on in your work. that it will help you to start some new collaboration and some new activities with your students. So thank you very much. It was wonderful being here with you today. And I hope we will meet tomorrow as well for the next day of our meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you.
To learn about environment, I think it's very important. If we had the materials that we needed, I think everything will just be easy.
Today we are going to look at some of the globe protocols. So those girls who are to go through the cloud protocol, maybe you can take us through your session. The floor is yours.
Cindy, what type of cloud are you seeing? Stratus. How many percent is it? 10%. 10%.
One of the challenges we faced when we started implementing the GLOBE program was the issue on the equipment.
The wind is flowing from the north to south.
Here in Kenya, we have what we call the digital divide, where people within cities and towns have access to more updated resources, while people in remote areas might not have that access to those technologies.
In this rain gauge, we use it to measure amount of rainfall.
As a teacher, I guided the girls in making those weather instruments. So because here we have the local materials that is available, the girls improvised the instruments that they were using today.
To learn about environment, I think it's very important. Sometimes we want to study about... It's awkward because, for example, if you are called for a competition, you see other groups have bringing the things that they are required and you are just bringing the homemade ones. The judges, they will just know that you know nothing, even if you know. If we had the accurate materials that we needed, I think everything will just be easy.
Morning.
I grew up in a rural setting near the foothills of the Aberdares mountain, which is somewhere in central Kenya. And I have seen over time how the environment has changed. Yeah, you can remove one. We used to have permanent rivers. The rivers have become seasonal. And for me, I wanted to understand more in terms of what was happening to the environment. My name is Charles Mwangi. I'm the Research, Education and Outreach Lead at the Kenya Space Agency. I help coordinate the GLOBE program in Kenya. The GLOBE program is an international program to promote hands-on learning for students. What we try to propagate is the capability of the students to get to interact with the environment and collect data, then use that data for informing decisions. Scientists from the University Corporation of Atmospheric Research, UCA, they were kind enough to provide us with a 3D printer that we would use for fabrication of the automatic weather station. In autumn, we'll be taking a weather station that is capable of measuring the wind direction, wind speed, solar illumination, relative humidity, pressure, air temperature, as well as the precipitation. So good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
For you to be able to tell what is going to happen in the future, you have to know what happened in the past. So we observe the environment so that we are able to understand it much more. What do you think this is?
Barometric pressure.
Barometric pressure, and there's also something else. Temperature. So what do you call this? Anemometer. So this is our rain gauge. If you notice, it has a hole at the bottom there. So that hole is the one that directs it into this. We call this one the tipping bucket. All that data comes and then it is stored in this device here. This device is called a Raspberry Pi. That should be fine. That should be fine. That should be fine. You should always think of yourself as a person who either makes this or makes this technology. And you can. I also come from a village. It's not very different from here. You know, we sent a satellite into space at one point, Kenya sent. I was part of that team. So what I'm trying to say is that you can realize your dreams if you only believe. That is our weather station. So it is now a property of Doom.
With the weather station, it's amazing. So I think it will benefit us a lot. I know now we will get actual accurate measurement of rain, wind. The globe observers has just inspired me. I just wished to go in space one day, one time.